Welcome back. I'm going to play another playthrough of Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. Now the plan for this playthrough is to do the legendary difficulty with the Iron Man. I'm going to be very sad if it bugs out, but I feel like we should try that. I've beaten the 500-day challenge last time we played through. I was hoping to come back to this game and do it. You know, I've always wanted to do an Iron Man playthrough of this game. However, I had been hesitant to because sometimes the cheat engine will end up crashing the game. And then I was kind of hoping they were going to have a DLC release with the Skulls of the Skull Throne sale that was recently coming up here, but I don't even see any news being released on this game that they're having any future DLC. So I'll assume that this one's going to be pretty much complete, and if that's the case, then after this playthrough I think I'll be pretty much done with Chaos Gate, unless there's major changes that happen sometime in the future. Now there was one of the assassins that I didn't end up using very much on the last playthrough, so I'm going to focus on getting him on the very first one here. And then, you know, by the Iron Man mode, there's no save scumming, anything like that, so we'll see what happens. So I expect, I should say, that this playthrough should be a little bit longer than the other ones, which tend to be 30-40 episodes in length here. And I'm not going to go through and read all the text, everything like that, because I've done that on the other playthroughs. So if you're kind of more interested in kind of the optional text, because the characters don't always have everything voice acted, I'm going to kind of skip through that. I'll still show the cinematics in case you haven't seen those before, and I will do the tutorial as well. Actually, I think when you do it on Legendary, the tutorial doesn't go through, but so we'll see how that goes, and see if I'm able to beat this on the Iron Man. So on the legendary difficulty, the enemies have 50% HP, they have higher stun values, the enemy squads can be larger, your recovery time is slowed by 50%, wound penalties are very severe. The knights all start with 1 resilience, and what happens with your resilience is when a guy gets a significant injury, he has X amount of resilience points and he gets more of them as he levels up, but once all the resilience points are gone, then the unit effectively dies, and there is permadeath in this game. The thing that's unusual about this game is when your guys do suffer those major injuries, that if you have the special technology, then they'll actually come back with, you know, mechanical augments like mechanical arms or legs, or, you know, bionics with the eye and stuff like that, and it'll actually give you some permanent buffs. So it's not the end of the world if your guys end up suffering some major penalties, but you obviously don't want to push it so far that they end up getting themselves killed, because then all of a sudden you're losing your units. For every mission that you do, you have the option to do bonus objectives, and that gives you additional requisition, so you'll get minus requisition rewards. You do have research in this game, which gives you additional abilities and to unlock different areas, different units and things like that, and that's 50% higher, and that, or slower I should say. And then the construction cost, because as you go through the game you're repairing your ship, and that gives you additional bonuses. That also takes 50% more time. And then anytime you have legendary equipment that you can upgrade with purity seals, which gets unlocked later in the game, then it costs additional purity seals for you to do that. So that's all the things for the legendary. Grandmaster is the Iron Man mode, so we're gonna have that on. I will do the DLC, the tutorial, in case somebody hasn't seen this before. We'll do the all elite units. Let's see here. I'm going to actually turn off the special launch equipment because I don't like having buffs and free equipment. And I'm going to have these other DLCs on too. So this one will give us access to the Dreadnought, and then this one gives you the assassins and everything like that. So hopefully this will go well, and we'll see if we are going to be successful. Yeah, it looks like August of 2023 was the last time I played this, so it's been almost a year to date. Alright, let's see what happens here.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. Mankind wages a never-ending battle for survival against the demonic power of the Chaos Gods. But by one force is humanity shielded from true darkness: the Grey Knights. This secret chapter of Space Marines are the Imperium's surest defense against that which the Emperor foresaw would be its greatest threat: humanity's blade against the demon. For in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Unidentified Astartes vessel. This is Captain Pirani Everick of the warship Holiness of Ra. Geheris is lost. Repeat, Geheris is lost. All Imperial vessels are to withdraw at once. Astartes vessel, do you read me? Geheris is doomed. Please acknowledge this warning and...
You have done all you can, Captain. Go, in the Emperor's light.
You cannot sail into this storm.
We do what we must. Farewell, Captain. Tech Priest, report.
Hexagramic wards are under maximal pressure.
Commander, we cannot maintain this orbit for long.
Dispatch the assault team at once. I will join them and put an end to this myself.
Your will be done. The assault team is engaged, Commander. They clear a path for your arrival.
Here I stand. One unbreakable shield against the darkness. Tonight the Cadium falls, Hector. Our quest is finally near its end. Palamedes, report.
We have cleared a path through this chaff. Our target lies ahead.
Time is against us, brothers. We breached the cathedral! Ha! Deluded zealots.
Your Imperium shall burn!
Cowards and weaklings! Advancing into cover!
Punish that craven fool.
Face the Emperor's judgment! I will end that heretic!
So move them up to partial cover here. This is all kind of scripted here, so it's kind of basic.
Uther, dispense of that heretic with your blade.
So the big thing is when
Grant
you
them no quarter.
Yes, Mother.
move up
I
and
am
you
the
can attack
Emperor's
there,
sword.
then you'll still have that action
You're out of
point.
cover, Uther. Trust in the Aegis.
And that just gives you 2 armor.
Gods be
It
with me!
regenerates every turn that you use it, and then you have to get through the armor to be able to damage your
Die,
HP.
Imperial dog! It bleeds!
Now this is always kind of weird on this game, is like the enemies will
Let me
always
know.
have longer Overwatch than you will when you set that
Time
up, so it's
stands
kind of
against us.
frustrating.
I will breach the cathedral. Demons, I will not be delayed by these.
You can knock down obstacles onto enemies here. That'll also probably go flying, so if you do that and you set up Overwatch, or they have Overwatch,
Iolanthus, your
that'll
brother,
cancel
is
it out
pinned.
too. So.
Advance and deliver retribution.
So you can see that full shield is a full cover
Deploy
there.
your frag grenade, brother.
You can throw the grenade. That will also knock them off of Overwatch if it doesn't outright kill them. So
Deliver the Emperor's judgment, Uther. Advance and train your bolter on that doorway. Unleash your blessed ammunition the moment they are exposed. Palamedes, prepare for the demon's charge.
At once, Commander.
as you see, they've got shorter Overwatches. Now each time you attack with the Overwatch, it costs 1 AP, so if you only have 1 AP, then that will be, you'll only get 1 shot on the Overwatch. It's not, they won't go through all their ammo. And then if they do go through all their ammo, it'll just end their Overwatches. So if you don't want to have 3 AP and then set up your Overwatch, because they'll only attack once and then it'll cancel it once they run out of ammo. So if you run out of melee, you get attacks of opportunity. So that's what it was just telling me I got nailed with here. And then I'm going to use one of his special abilities.
Soulless curs shall hinder us no
Kill
longer.
these guys. And your abilities are tied to your class and your
End
weapons in
that
this
demon,
game.
Palamedes.
Engage him now! Curses! I will end.
We cannot lose another battle, brother Iolanthus. Both demons must be destroyed.
And the brother that's been injured there, that's the guy who, that's how you get the heavy wounds.
Your master.
Now with him being stunned, you can execute, and that gives all your guys 1 action point back.
Die, walk forth.
Now ideally if I was playing competitively, I would have stunned
I
him
will move on
and
ahead.
then gotten the action point back, but it won't let me do it because again, all this is scripted on the
There's
first
not much time,
mission.
brothers, but we must prepare for the coming battle. I can sense enemy reinforcements. Palamedes, resuscitate Uther, so you may both defend against them.
So he will resurrect after a couple turns once you've got the wounds, but if you want to
Take
expedite
up
it, you can
defensive
heal him
positions,
with your
Palamedes.
apothecary
The enemy reinforcements will
or a
be here
servo
soon.
skull once those are unlocked.
Your resolve is commendable, Uther. Join Palamedes in defense of the cathedral.
And you can tell he's been injured by that little red box on
Iolanthus
there.
with me.
That
There's a
also
breach in
can
the wall ahead.
indicate that they have some sort of negative debuff on them. I guess negative and debuff are
I will breach the inner
synonymous.
sanctum.
and redundant to say it that way.
Very cool.
Futile! Millions of souls feed the flame! The threshold is passed! The warp emerges!
Your cult is broken. Your ritual is ended. Relish this breath, for it is your last.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne!
To my side, Iolanthus.
When you have non-Terminator armor, they can jump over obstacles like that.
I will show you true wrath, demon.
This guy has Terminator armor, so he wouldn't be able to do that.
Uther, we must protect the cathedral.
This battle is not over!
Our brothers have bought us precious time, Iolanthus. Flank that demon and fire at will.
So if you get 2 major wounds on the same episode, then the guy dies. So that's why that brother died.
For the Emperor!
You profane this sacred place with your master's fire. This ends now, demon.
Fall!
For the Emperor.
Pathetic mortal! Weakling spawn of a false god!
I am the light enmeshes darkness.
Your prayers mean nothing.
I am the hammer!
You have beaten me for now, little knight. But the war I fight is eternal!
Analysis. Warp signatures fading.
Then the blood ritual has ended. Where is that report? Report! Where is the commander?
He died a champion's death. Blade on blade against the foulest blasphemy.
A long campaign, over at last.
A victory at the cost of the commander's life.
Alive, he was ever a faithful servant to the Emperor. A true hero. In death, at least his duty has finally ended.
Assertion. This ship remains in crisis. The baleful edict is seriously damaged. There are grievous matters to attend.
Ah yes, that is why I have invited our guest.
You have appointed him to take the commander's place?
No one else suitable survived the campaign.
Falsehood. You also live.
My apologies, Acting Commander. The priests of Mars do not understand our knightly oaths. Our men and stores are severely diminished. Your task is to lead us for the voyage home. It is a simple duty, and once we return to Titan, I will put the future of your command to the chapter's Grand Masters. In the meantime, I will provide what advice I can.
I will also support you with counsel and service. But remember, the baleful edict is my chief concern. Be careful with this ship.
We sail for Titan on your word, Commander. Strike Force Xiphos at your disposal. Our ship is in dire need of repair. We had best set a course for Titan and debrief the Grand Masters. Issue the travel order to begin our return to Titan.
Alright, we get traveled over here. Kind of teaching us 101 of the ship stuff here, but pretty much you can jump between different sectors here. Well, different areas. You have one big map, and it gets progressively bigger as things happen here.
Baleful edict, in the name of the God Emperor.
Dominus, who is this interloper?
Code scrapings indicate an inquisitorial transmission.
Baleful edict, prepare for my arrival.
Duty calls, Commander. We should open a Vox link.
Inquisitorial vessel, permission granted to come aboard.
the God Emperor, I found you. I must commandeer this vessel at once.
Impossible. We are bound for Titan. The edict cries out for repair.
The tech priest speaks the truth, Inquisitor. Our last crusade bled us dry.
I'm not blind, Knight. But heresy does not operate at our convenience. My destination is Koromar Prime, within this very system. Not such a taxing journey, I'd expect.
And what is it that you hope to find there?
This.
Beneath rotting skies, the air thickens with a world's final breath. Seeds planted in flesh and bone, watered with blood and tears. A warrior alone in the garden of a grinning god.
These are scraps of astropathic whimsy.
There's more.
It grows. It spreads. A great dispersal upon the etheric wind. The bloom proliferating. First, then Koromar, then world after world. Its roots spread from an ancient veil. Inquisitor, hear me! Hear me! Hear me! Who tends the garden?
The astropath sacrificed himself to send that message.
Now you understand why we must investigate.
Commander, we cannot risk further damage to this vessel.
It is the chapter's ship, Dominus. The Inquisitor has every right to request our support.
It is not a request.
Commander, with your leave, we will set our course for this Koromar Prime.
Yes. Good. That will do for now.
Corruption sites detected.
Alright, what does it want me to do here?
If we do not
here we go.
investigate this threat, the consequences will be dire.
So I never really use the intelligence. It just kind of tells you what you're going to be
Commander,
fighting, what
it
the
is our
debuffs are going to be.
Report. Signals from quarantine beacons detected in the upper atmosphere, but the surface itself is silent.
Plague, Commander. Send your squad to the surface.
Knights of Titan, you are the instrument of the Emperor's will. Make planetfall and discover if the Inquisitor's fears are founded.
Alright, so just kind of looking around, seeing what we got for abilities, because your central one is always your main one, so that's pretty good for a Justicar here. And then he has access to Terminator Plate, so I want to do that so he has the 2 armor every turn, unless it gets shredded. I think I'll keep him on with the 4 swords, since some of you guys are saying that's a better weapon. I do get access to that side cannon. And then I have increased focus by 10%, so that's great for these guys, because I want their auto reload to go as much as possible, so that's actually a great skill. This one gets just 2 HP, it's hard to say no to that. This one gets 10% crit, so not terrible, I guess. And we'll get him the falchions here, so he can get the crit, probably. I'm kind of curious to know what my other guys have. Oh, it's gonna force me to go through, I think. It's kind of curious to go through the whole barracks to see what abilities everybody has. I generally like to give those dual swords to the interceptors, because once you get them leveled up, they get increased crit chances by themselves, and then they get an ability that if you crit...
Commander, have your men look for signs of this plague.
Be vigilant, brothers.
That if you crit, it ends up giving you back some AP, and then if you end up getting abilities that allow you to trigger that multiple times, then you can end up getting back multiple AP, and so you can get, if you get swords that have the auto, you know, you'll get that 2 attacks there and then 2 AP back. If you get the ability, then that can let you activate your autos twice, so Now we're actually moving into the combat more realistically, unlike the
Yes, Commander.
Tutorial mission. So what you can see is we have them off in the foreground there, background there. So that green circle's where the first enemy squad is. So what happens is if you don't, if you trigger them while you're moving in, then all your guys' AP resets. So you'll typically want to move up as far as you can. And that way you can see how far your guys can go to get them into better positions to start attacking. So there's no discovery phase like there is in XCOM where you can position them even better. It's more just setting them up into as close as you can get and then running them in to activate things here. Generally I like to activate it with the Purgators because they have an AoE attack.
You must wait.
Purge the beasts.
But unfortunately it's kind of weak up front here. So I could do that, but that circle will get much wider in the future. And then there's explosives here, so if I detonate this it'll also get bonus damage. And then if you knock somebody off the edge it automatically kills them, like what happened to that heavy gunner there. So what we'll try to do is run this guy up. I'm going to be one square short. Because what happens is if you get right up to him, he'll attack you once and run, and then you'll get your attack of opportunity. So we'll just kind of run everybody up as far as we can go, I guess. Run you up. And again, because he's got the light armor on, he can get that far up. So what we'll do is the interceptors have the teleport ability, so now I can teleport up here. And now I'll be in range and I can just attack him. And his attack does 4 damage, so next turn, boom, kill. Didn't take any damage. And then again it resets your AP.
At your service.
After the battle.
I am here to serve as ordered.
So we'll just keep moving down because we know there's another enemy squad over here. There he is, and then the arrow tells us that the next turn, when it's their turn, they're going to move into that kind of direction, so... kind of put this guy over this way, assuming he'll be in some cover.
Taking position. What is your will?
I guess we'll just leave you in the... so we've got all the way over there somehow.
Wait, that creature.
Inquisitor, we have seen the dead walking this way before.
As have I. Poxwalkers are evidence of warp corruption. This is no natural plague.
And these are some of the weakest units in the game here, these Poxwalkers. There's nothing to really be scared of. Now that purged is if they had any blessings, they would have been lost, and that's one of the special abilities of our weapon that we have there. Just throw the grenade and take them out.
I will need to examine this corpse and...
I will not tolerate this contamination spreading to my servitors.
Do not obstruct me, Tech Priest. I will follow proper protocols. A satisfactory effort. Now return with my carcass so I can set to work.
We will deliver them to you as soon as containment is properly confirmed and sanctified.
Be swift about it. If this plague has already spread beyond this planet, then we will have far more ground to cover.
Alright, nice easy first mission. I don't think we took any damage. We got ourselves 15 servitors. Didn't get enough experience to level anybody up. Alright, so now I can take a look at our other guys, so... I like the Warhammer for these guys, because then when I trigger it, I get bonus damage. And then what do you have? Gain double the effects from augmetics. So that, if this guy gets injured a bunch, that can be helpful. The halberd, oh yeah, that's right. If they move into your square, you get first strike, whereas the force sword gives you parry. So if you get somebody attacks you in melee, you have a 50% chance to block it.
Stop.
And then again, if you have abilities, what's this one? Plus 2 HP. So those aren't bad. Although I think I saw that one. So oh, one of the purgators. All right, that's the focus one. So what's my other one gonna have? Shit. This is like one of the worst ones this guy could have, because these guys are gluttons for willpower, because I like to use that AoE attack with them. Now it's nice I don't have to worry about them getting killed, but that's gonna make that one really weak, because that's an extra AoE attack that I now can't do because I lost that willpower. And it's default researching this for 30 days. And it looks like I haven't unlocked the ship construction yet, so we'll just advance time, because that's bacon to do the plasma reactor.
The Dominus has restored the star map to its full function. We are receiving a barrage of scanning data and astropathic scrapings from across the sector. This plague appears to have already spread its tendrils far and wide. We are faced with reports of 2 infected systems. We should monitor this infestation carefully and judge where best to direct our forces while the Inquisitor pursues her answers. Failure will cost many souls.
Alright, so now we can start getting into the ship upgrades. So we'll get that going. And this takes servitors to do, so I can't get that. We'll get the servitor production up, because what that does is once that gets up and running, then I'll start getting servitors every few days, which will help expedite our ship repairs. There's lots of different ways to do it. I just think that works best for me for doing the long game. Then you're getting all those bonus servitors, and hopefully make it so you don't have to always focus on getting the servitors as your reward for the battles, because you can get anywhere from 10, and I think you get the max is like 20, but it's usually 10 to 15. So you
Commander,
get 3 bloom
our
missions.
prognosticators have detected this bloom in 3 separate systems. We should examine one of them.
Yeah, so my ship is too slow.
I have identified this planet as a mission location. From here, you can see some details for this mission.
So Grimoires increase the speed. That one's 2 Grimoires, so that could be really nice. And this one's 10 servitors, so it's low amount of servitors, but we're probably going to end up doing it. It's like I'd like to do the 10 Grimoires to really expedite our research, because that could be a pretty huge boon to our research, because I think each one we get increases it by 20%, and then if we upgrade the libraries, then we get additional bonus percentages. But I also want to get my ship going, because it's definitely in rough straits right now, so I think we're going to come down and do this one instead, because I only have 9 days left, and then I don't think 10 servitors is going to be enough to do the research I want. And if anything else, I'm going to eventually want the next plasma reactor to get the highest tech, so that's going to take some time. Although it makes me sad to not do those 2 Grimoires. And so this episode I'm kind of showing regular game speeds. In the future I'm going to show, use the cheat engine to expedite the setup and everything here, just to make the missions go a little bit faster. So we'll get the 10 servitors. The armory is not unlocked, so we're not going to be able to do anything there. We've got these forces selected here. So I'm going to end up calling it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.